never seen anything like this break before, and I'm sure it's going to come as a surprise that the guys who escaped in New Orleans, 2 of them, were still on the outside until just now. They got one's still on the outside, and I wonder if they stayed out the longest because they were working together. Remember, one of them was on an iPad talking to the girlfriend, and maybe she helped with assistance. The other guy was on Instagram after they had already escaped. He said, I didn't escape, I was let out. So what happened 6 weeks ago, we just had movement just a few hours ago. All right, so I want to talk to 2 different people with perspective on this, all right? We have the aunt of the guy who was just caught, Massey. I'm going to talk to her in a second, Shaquitha Taylor. But first, I want to bring in Ann Kirkpatrick, okay? Ann Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick is the superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department. Thank you very much for being with us again.
Yes, hi, Chris.
So, Ann, how did you get him? And do you think that he was working with the other guy, and that's how they both stayed out?
Yes, and so first of all, our national audience does not always understand, so I'm going to take a moment to say that the New Orleans Police Department and the superintendent does not run the jail. This jail is under the oversight of our sheriff of the parish, but the jail is in our city, and so the impact of this jailbreak impacted our city. It came through a Crime Stopper tip, and so for those who have Crime Stopper in your community, Crime Stoppers matters. And so it was through a tip that we were able to circle the house today with our other law enforcement partners, and he came out peacefully.
So is it true, Superintendent, first of all, I did not mean in any way, and I never have suggested in any way that you had anything to do with it or there was statewide any kind of problem. This was obviously local to that jail, and it's not the first time. And in fact, I had the former sheriff say the same thing to me. But so I agree with what you say for my audience's edification. But in terms of catching him, Crime Stoppers gave you a tip. And where was the guy? In an Airbnb? Is that true?
That's our understanding. It is what it was. He was in an Airbnb. He was obviously being helped, as well as the other inmates. So in your opening remarks, it is correct. We knew basically from the beginning that they were being assisted, and many of those who have been assisting have been arrested, and we will hold anyone accountable who helped.
Good. Derek Groves is the other guy who's on the outside. Was Massey, did he resist when they found him? And what do you know about Groves and what's your concern?
Well, again, Massey did not resist. So when the house was circled, he actually walked out peacefully and was taken into custody without issue. Every one of the other inmates who we have captured were captured without incident. Groves is the most dangerous of the inmates who is still out there.
And what do you know about, do you have any kind of sense of whether he was close to this guy or using the same Airbnb or who was helping him?
With respect to that specifically associated with the same Airbnb, I can't tell you that. I can tell you they all work together in this escape. They obviously have also been helped. People need to understand we are actively following every single lead, which is over 1,000, and we follow up on every single one of them, the credible ones.
Well, Superintendent, thank you very much. Congratulations on the job, and I hope that you get the other guy real soon, and if there's anything we can do to help, we're a call away. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're very proud. I'm proud of NOPD and all of our partners.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You said you don't. Sorry, I understand. Would you mind saying a few words with us if we don't put your face on the camera?
That's Amelia Strahan. She is out at the scene where this inmate was found this afternoon. A woman who says that she uses that unit as an Airbnb from time to time said she really didn't want to go on camera, so we're trying not to show her face there. You know, apparently that's where Antoine Massey was hiding out, and that's where he was taken into custody. It's very interesting that even the property owner was not told by law enforcement what was going down when it was going down. So that tells you just how much they had to secretly inject themselves into that situation as to not alert Antoine Massey that they were onto him, go in there, get him peacefully, and get him out of there as quick as they went in almost.
And I can tell you, from a house that they approached earlier this week, this was on a Derrick Groves tip,
Yes.
that law enforcement did assemble in force with multiple different agencies, and they very, very intentionally did not make, say, a SWAT scene or surround a house. They kept it completely
quiet.
almost like undercover surveillance to determine if, in fact, Derrick Groves was at that location.
Right, and Amelia
he was not.
We're going to go back out to Amelia again. Apparently, she's got some more information for us. So, Amelia, what you got for us?
And explain the situation, because this is two properties.
Hey guys, we're actually talking to the woman who owns the, let's turn the camera this way. We're actually talking to the woman that owns the Airbnb where Antoine Massey was allegedly found. She doesn't want her face on camera. We want to respect her request. So I'm going to get Robin to put the camera back down and we're going to ask her a few questions. You guys can listen in.
I'm here and I don't even see cops.
I mean, is it shocking to hear this happen not only on your property but in your neighborhood? Because a lot of people we spoke to say they were just talking to someone just cutting grass here earlier today, and then this happened.
Yeah, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. It's kind of shocking, but hey, things like this happen. You just have to, kind of be careful, I guess,
Have you seen any signs of this? Anything suspicious?
Seen any signs? No.
And it's only one tenant you were telling us that lives here.
Yes, only one tenant.
And you said telling me when you were closing the gate that Antoine Massey might have run in, broken in.
Right, because I'm frustrated too. I don't know what's happening. They say this is going on, and I get here and I don't even see a cop. So, so I don't know.
And what do you know about the family? Do you know anything about the family, the tenant that was staying there?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Who actually called you and alerted you of what was going on at your property?
My friend called me. A friend of mine. I guess it's all over the news and they know my property.
Did she see the whole arrest happen or just the law enforcement presence?
Just the law enforcement. Yeah.
So in your message to NOPD, you weren't even really notified?
I don't have a message anymore. I'm really, I'm shocked right now. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you so much.
Man, I know everyone is sitting here saying the same damn thing to themselves, seeing this news break, the New Orleans prison break, as these dudes have been on the run for a minute. The other ones captured pretty quickly. You heard them all without incident, but Massey and what's this guy's name, Groves, the final two, for how long they made it on the run, you're like, damn man, you were still local, still in New Orleans. I mean, I get it, I know it's hard to move around and all that, but I just can't believe that, man. And check out the police. They're like, yo, one for the gram, getting their photo op that's going up on all their social medias. They're gonna be drinking it up at the cop bar. 5 shots in, war storying about this, and at the end of the day, it's good it wasn't without incident, man. But I'm not trying to speak something horrific into existence, but what do y'all think, man? One individual left. They're saying he's the most dangerous, obviously going by his charges. I believe he's got a body. But I really wonder if it's going to be the same thing with this dude, man. And how about the police, too, wanted to make it clear. Listen, the sheriff, they fucked up. I'm the superintendent of the police, she said, but the superintendent of the sheriff, that's who you want to, really come at your questions with, who dropped the ball. And it's crazy. I wonder if that dude will lose his job, man. As you heard, this ain't the first time someone's escaped. We know Massey himself escaped multiple times. I don't believe all from that facility, but I'm shocked, man. I just can't believe dude was still in town, man. And you seen the footage, too, of him getting choppered out to wherever the fuck he's going, some secure, secret location where he's going to be kept in confinement. Probably forever, man. I spoke in another video, comment anyone out there, if you guys remember Bucky Phillips. He escaped in New York back in like 2006, and they got him rotting away. I think in a federal facility, actually. He had a state charge, but I believe he caught a Fed case, if I'm not mistaken. It is crazy. His case was crazy. They did the same thing, though, as in this situation where they're talking about anyone that helped these individuals at all is locked up. Bucky Phillips it was a wild case, man. Maybe I'll do a vid on it. They were messing with his family locked up his daughter, took his granddaughter away from his daughter. But some things happened. Things got crazy. Some police got hurt. It was a wild situation, but that's what happens, man. You escape. You might as well, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to advocate for people to get violent or do anything like that. I just means like, yo, when they catch you, you're done off. You are rotting. You are in confinement. You know, there's just the rest of your existence in this physical form is going to be absolutely miserable. I wonder what the, as you heard, a tip is what ended up coming through and helping them capture him. I know there was reward money out. I don't know what it was at last time I checked, but someone would definitely be cashing that or getting that cash. I wonder if we'll see them on the news or not. And the Bucky Phillips situation, in which I was just speaking of, they stayed anonymous. You know, they chose not to come forth. As you know, we were hearing earlier reports as these dudes lasted a while. You know what I mean? That they were calling in false tips is what law enforcement believes. So divvying through the bullshit or the real tips must have been some tough work, but you see, they got the job done. Now, how about the Airbnb lady, though? They're like, we want to respect her wishes, not put her face on the news. Her face is all over the place. They didn't edit that out or nothing. And I'm shocked, even did the interview, because you could tell by her body language off top, or even just when they were zooming in on her kicks, the way she was moving her hands all around and just answering the questions very uncomfortably and try to end it ASAP. You could tell she wanted no parts of this. I wonder if we'll see her catch a case. Comment, you know, what your gut is telling you, if you think that she truly was totally unknowing about any of this, or do you believe she may have known something. Like, at the end of the day, you're crazy to get involved in an escape convict case, period. But especially on the type vibes where you're running a business, renting a Airbnb, a revenue stream. It's all bad. You know, someone must have rented it and snuck him up in there. I wonder if we're going to start seeing the Airbnb memes, or someone's going to create an ad or something like that, an Airbnb ad featuring Antoine Massey, you know, or we'll see Airbnb address this via social network or the media or something like, hey, we don't harbor fugitives, or I don't know, or they'll tighten up security. But I don't really know how that works. You know what I'm saying? If Airbnb is probably, you know, a person-to-person basis, how strict they are about the unit that they're renting out or whatever, man. But that's about it. That is almost the end of the New Orleans prison break. One left. What will be the outcome in that? Will they catch him? Are they on his heels? Will Massey flip? Does he know? Is dude long gone, as anyone who escaped prison should be? You know what I mean? You're a damn fool to stick around. Again, I get it. It's not easy traveling, I'm sure, but I mean, what's the point if you're just gonna stick around? You got to have a real getaway set up, and these dudes did some planning, but not planned enough. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for updates. Hit all them buttons for me, and let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below.